Today's horoscope from AstroCademy, Leo, February 11, 2024. Buckle up for spicy energy yet again today, but this could go one of two ways. Mental Mercury, our great planet of the mind, will be dancing across the sky from you in your solar house of partnership and peer over to mighty Jupiter, the great benefic. This could make you quite euphoric as you have broad and bright ideas for your life, especially in regards to how you'd like to build your romantic life like a legacy. However, be sure to not get lost in the clouds or get consumed by a fairy tale. Have fun with your sweetheart, but don't spin out amongst the stars. Do not be afraid to open up. You might be up in the air to say something about a partnership or commitment in your work life. But if you take the risk, then it could pay off when Mercury in Aquarius squares Jupiter in Taurus. The square could be initially stressful. However, it could lead to something serendipitous. For example, you could negotiate your salary and end up with a much higher offer. Or you could interview and land your dream job. It is always worthwhile to ask for something more since it could go in your favor. Until the moon returns to your financial sector tomorrow, in what will be a chance to start preparing for the sun's return just over a week later, the focus needs to be on the income side of the financial fence. This is partly to avoid overthinking things financially before the moon returns, but mainly to get the most out of a friendly aspect between planets across the income, work and career fronts. You hope that hard work will be rewarded but are sometimes confused by the lack of acknowledgement from others. Sometimes our hard work is invisible to those we want to impress. This can be for reasons we don't understand at times, but the important lesson is to be focused on yourself. There is no one you need to impress more than yourself. Put your energy into creating the healthiest body you can. Exercise, diet, and rest are the tasks at hand, every day. The time for renewal and regeneration is here today. The essence of this day is like a mini season of spring, bringing new life and promise. This can be welcome, especially if life hasn't gone the way you had hoped. It can signal a time for you to start all over, and to get a second chance if this is what you need. Don't waste any time mulling over things. Get yourself going and greet the day with excitement, as opportunity will be plentiful for you in many areas of your life. The moon's departure from your work sector yesterday has done more than just leave you with a better read on work and job matters as you move into Venus and Mars' final days here. The moon was here as planets from across the income, work and career fronts came together in 2 days after the dwarf planet series returned to take over from where Venus and Mars will leave off. This was a window into the forces that will shape the coming year. Meanwhile, today's new moon brings a chance for new beginnings on the communication and relationship fronts. Just as the sun is separating from a friendly aspect to the south node in your communication sector, the moon is doing the same on the other side of today's new moon in your relationship sector. Together with Mercury and Pluto, the planets of communication and change, this is a chance to draw a major new line in the sand. Our eyes in the sky. Featuring only easy and flowy astrological aspects, today promises to be stress-free. The moon is in Pisces, creating the perfect vibes for breaking your Sunday routine by taking the scenic route. For those in a social mood, it's the ideal time to spend with your chosen tribe. Alternatively, the ground is fertile for giving birth to new and creative ideas and making art. Mystics will be naturally drawn to their tarot decks as their desire to connect with the other side deepens. However, acting rashly and spontaneously could have adverse effects on your situation. You might forget agreements you've previously made and may turn up late for your appointments. Unreliability could strain your relationships, especially if you're attracted to others. It's advisable to rein in these feelings and see what develops first before making impulsive decisions. Family and friends feel especially drawn to you and are paying you a great deal of attention. If you've been intending to renew old friendships or resolve a dispute but didn't know how to go about it, now is the best time to cast aside your misgivings and take the first step. You will likely be welcomed and forgiven, and you'll be glad that you initiated the reconciliation. When it comes to finances, consider taking other people's advice. Not because you can't rely on your own luck, but because they can genuinely help you out. You might be offered attractive financial products if you consult with experts. The same applies to other financial transactions or acquisitions. While you can do fine on your own, collaborating with others could lead to even better outcomes. At the same time, Venus, the planet of love, has reached her last weekend in your career sector. As she wraps up her mission to fuel your professional confidence, attract opportunities, and steer things in a lucrative direction, she separates from a friendly aspect to planets on the income and job fronts. This makes it easier to look to the future with confidence, especially with other planets staying on to keep the momentum going. The first weekend in 3 months without planetary activity in your financial sector presents an opportunity to pause and reflect before the focus shifts to the income side of the financial fence next week. This week began with the moon in your financial sector, and in the past 3 days, the departure of the first planet has left you with a lot to unpack and process. As obstacles continue to mount, it's crucial not to overstretch the resources needed to address them. Evaluate which obstacles hinder your progress or are worth investing time and energy in. Avoid errors that could lead to a deterioration in the effort required to handle them effectively. While tempting investment offers may come your way, exercise patience. Lack of complete information, potential catches, surprises, or inconvenient coincidences could impact your investment negatively. Physically and mentally, you feel completely at ease and invigorated, enjoying activities and sharing experiences with those closest to you. Your positive energy is attractive and heartening, strengthening both existing and new relationships. This support becomes invaluable during moments of self-doubt. Waking up early is easier than usual, and you feel exhilarated and full of positive attitude. Aches and pains seem to disappear magically, leaving you feeling invigorated overall. It's important not to overexert yourself. Take it easy with planned physical activities, allowing your body's energy to flow naturally.